So what is one of the best smart clocks on the market today? It might be one of the worst too. I'll explain. Anyways, this is the review of the Lenovo Smart Clock. Let's get into it. Alright, so basically this is the Lenovo Smart Clock, and I bought a couple of these. If you can pick these up they're around $39 right now. They're usually like 80 bucks. And I'm going to go through all the features of this here in a second, but if you can pick these up for $39, I think they are worth it. If they're around 80, I don't think they are. I mean, depending on what you can pick up like a Google Home Hub or something that's a little bit nicer for what this actually does. But for $39, this is good. Now, I'm going to explain why this is also the worst smart clock, and I'm going to try to explain my best at that as well, because there's a reason for it. But stay to the end of the video, I'm going to tell you why I think it's the worst. But let's get into why I think it's the best, and this will make more sense later. But anyways, I think this is the best, and I do think I'm going to go through a review, show you kind of what it's capable of, some of the capabilities and things like that. Again, this is the Lenovo Smart Clock, and the model number is, let me read it out to you here. It's Lenovo CD-24501F. So CD-24501F, and it's called Hemp Gray. It does have a speaker built in and things like that. So let's anyways get into this, and I'm going to go ahead and show you some of the features of this right now. Alright, so here's the price. I got it at Best Buy. It was $39.99. Here's a little bit of proof that I got it for that cost. Pick it up on sale, it's worth it. Here's a couple screenshots of the actual unit itself. Here's the front shot of it. It's pretty small, about the size of your hand. Here's the box. I just wanted to show people what the box looks like. It's definitely a Google Smart device. And the box, obviously, here's the back shot. It's called the Lenovo Smart Clock, again, with the Google Assistant. It does have some text on it. It shows text every once in a while, which I'll show you here in a second later in the video. And then finally, here's the back of the box. It works with YouTube Music, Google Chromecast, Spotify, Nest, Pandora, Philips Hue. So a number of different places or assistants it'll actually work with, which makes this a great unit, a great smart clock. Alright, so when you open up the box, this is what you get. You get the plug, you get like a little bit of instructions, you get like a little sheet with kind of tips on it, and that's what the box looks like when it's opened up, but it's pretty limited for sure. It's a pretty limited box. You get the plug. The only thing about the plug is it's pretty giant, so it does take up maybe 2 slots if you have like one of those plug holders. That's not a good thing. Here's some of the instructions, and again, here's the little document sheet that it comes with that tells you some little things you can do with Google Assistant, but it's nothing different than if you had a different Google Assistant, like you can basically set alarm clocks, dim lights, things like that. Here is the unit itself. It's kind of a wedge shaped. It's pretty small, like I said. Here's the back of it. It does have a volume up and down on kind of the top. I guess this is the top of the unit. You can reset the unit by holding down the plus and the minus keys for about 5 seconds, and that'll actually reset the unit. Alright, so here's a side profile. The speaker doesn't get that loud. It gets really loud at number 10, but even if you go down to like number 7, it's not that loud, so it's kind of weird. But I think it has pretty good quality just for being a speaker. The back of the unit is basically got 3 different things. It's got the plug, it's got a place where you can kind of disable the microphone so no one can listen to you, and then it's got a USB port. If you actually want to download some pictures onto this, you can put some pictures onto this to show them. And then here's the bottom of the unit with some rubber stoppers just so it holds the glass. And then finally on the front of the unit it has a couple microphones. You can see them well in this shot, and that's where it picks up your voice, and it does a really good job at picking up your voice. Alright, so when the clock is on, this is what it looks like. At least this is the skin that I chose to begin with. There's different ones. And you can go ahead and there's definitely some settings in here you can fool around with. You can see brightness, sound, and then there's going to be a disable button, and then obviously the setup button, which is a little gear there. Inside here you can do clock faces, display settings, and network. Gets you set up on your network. But here's some clock faces that you can see. There's some really cool ones in here. I guess it's not that many. It only comes with maybe 20, 15 to 20 maybe. But the weird thing is the only one that I choose has got the temperature on it. I can't find any other ones that have the temperature on it. The one I choose always has tells you the temperature, it tells you if it's cloudy outside, and it does actually show like little raindrops sometimes if it's raining, which is kind of nice. Inside of the display settings, you can do during low light you can show a mono clock face, and then you can do the brightness of the actual unit. There's another way to do brightness as well, which is kind of a little confusing, but anyways, you can see this is going to be the minimum brightness that you want to go with, so it can dim out during nighttime and things like that. Anyways, pretty good, pretty straightforward. All right, really quickly, here's the other way to do the brightness. You can click right here, and this is at 10 right now just to show you on the camera. You can also do sound this way, so it's a easy setting that goes 1 through 10 as well. A couple other things here. If you swipe from the top of the screen, you got the set alarm, you got the good morning, which we'll get into later, and then you can play music. I mean, if you click play music, this is from just Google Play, or actually the free version of YouTube, I believe. It just starts playing Khalid. I don't know why, but I think it's basically something that was maybe on there last or something. I can't actually put my finger on it because I didn't ask for that song. It just started playing that out of the blue, but maybe it just picks one for you. But after you pick one yourself, it'll play the song that you had picked last. So here's how you set the alarm, which we'll get into in a second as well. Now I'm just going to go ahead and show you some commands in real time of what it can do. So just stay tuned and watch what it can do here. Hey Google, what is the population of Madrid, Spain?
The population of Madrid was 6.55 million in 2018.
Hey Google, what's the weather for Chicago, Illinois?
Currently in Chicago it's 39 and cloudy. Today, it'll be cloudy, with a forecasted high of 41 and a low of 30. There is currently a high wind warning in effect. Due to current wind conditions, it feels like it's 27.
Hey Google, play music by Dermot Kennedy.
Sure, check out this Dermot Kennedy station on YouTube Music.
Hey Google, give me directions to O'Hare Airport.
The best way to get to O'Hare International Airport, ORD, by car is via US 14 West Dempster Street and I-294 South.
Hey Google, set a timer for 10 seconds.
Okay, 10 seconds. Starting now.
And for really long timers, it's going to revert back to the clock screen and put the timer at the bottom of the screen. Hey Google, set an alarm for 6 a.m.
Okay, your alarm's set for tomorrow at 6 a.m.
Anyways, once you actually set the alarm, it's going to let you have this option here. If you're like waking up in the morning, you can do a sunrise alarm, and it's basically going to make the screen a lot brighter as within 30 minutes of you waking up, and that's supposed to wake you up a little bit when you see the light coming off the screen there. So it really helps with the kind of like a sunrise type effect. Anyways, there's a lot of different ways to set the alarm in here. The one way you can tell that it has been set, which I like on this smart clock, is in the upper right hand corner. You'll see that little clock icon, and that helps. Hey Google, do I have any alarms?
Yes, you have set an alarm for tomorrow at 6 a.m.
Again, the primary focus of this is an alarm clock, so if you swipe down from the top, click alarms, you can set the alarm this way as well, without just telling it, but here's another functional way of setting the alarm without just telling it. These are going to be more alarms that you set every day. It does have the snooze length, you can actually do a hard tap on this as well, and that's going to actually snooze it as well, so it's got like a sensor built into it. And then you have different alarm type of tones you can put in here as well. There's a default tone, obviously, and then you have the volume of the tone as well. But it's pretty intuitive and pretty easy to use, and it makes a great alarm clock for sure. Oh yeah, and one thing, if you do click that little icon in the upper right hand corner that looks like a clock, it'll basically show you all your alarms that are set. So you can always click on that to see what's been set recently, and all the tones and things like that as well. One quick feature too, if you're sleeping and it's too bright for you, you can swipe that way and it'll make it a black screen with white lettering so that's not as bright on your face. Hey Google, play some Christmas music.
Okay, check out this Christmas hit station on YouTube Music.
Hey Google, volume level 10.
Oh, the first snow.
Hey Google, volume at 7. Hey Google, do I have anything on my calendar?
I couldn't verify your voice, so I can't share calendar information. You can either try again, or verify your voice match settings in the Google Home app.
Hey Google, show me a picture of San Diego.
I heard, show me a picture of San Diego. Sorry, I can't show you pictures.
Hey Google, what is 1 million divided by 25?
The answer is 40,000.
Hey Google, how many euro are in 25 US dollars?
$25 equals 22 euros and 72 cents.
Hey Google, what is the time in Munich?
The time in Munich, Germany is 6:53 p.m.
Hey Google, a train from London to Manchester.
The best way to get from London to Manchester by train is to catch Virgin trains departing at 6 p.m. from Euston Station. It'll take about 2 hours and 5 minutes to get there.
Hey Google, an airplane from Chicago to Munich.
Upcoming round-trip flights from Chicago to Munich start at $640. Do you know what dates you'd like to fly?
Yes, December 15th,
Got it. What's your return date?
December 25th.
Round-trip flights from Chicago to Munich leaving December 15th and coming back December 25th start at $588. Should I email you if that price changes?
No thank you.
Okay then.
And then finally, a few of the last features. There's this actually a kickoff good morning feature that actually will show you about the weather, your schedule, your commute, and some news. You can set that up in advance so when you wake up you can see all that. And then finally, I wanted to get back to these clock faces. There's a couple in here. Again, only one has the weather, which is kind of disappointing. I really do like this one though, that you can see here. It looks kind of, kind of interesting when you have it, in your living room or your bedroom or something like that. So it's really nice, that clock face there. But I mean, it's pretty limited because it doesn't show the weather. So obviously there's some really unique ones, but I always pick the one that has the temperature. At the very end here though, you can go with featured photos, which you pick, or your Google Photos, which will take it from your Google Photos. And that's a really, really nice feature, obviously, if you have a bunch of Google Photos up online and you want to have them show them. So that's one way you can get around that and actually have a different screen beyond this if you want to just show the Google Photos. But I mean, realistically, again, there's only about 15 so screens, and so you have a limited choice there. All right, like I said before, for $39 or whatever, it's on sale right now. If you can pick it up for that, it's a great product. So I loved it. I mean, I used it, all the time. I basically can see, it's basically like a Google Home Hub that you can't see anything on, but you can actually see that you actually set the alarm on this, so it gives you kind of peace of mind when you're sleeping and things like that. So that's good. It has some kind of, shows some statistics on the screen, which I showed you a second ago. That's good. I mean, it's cheap, that's good, and things like that. But why is it the worst? Why did I say it's the worst? This one's still in the package, if you notice. Now, I actually have two houses. I mean, I'm moving out of one of them. I got married recently, so I'm moving out of a house. And I have the other one installed in my other house with my wife, and it works flawlessly. I took it out of the box, no problems whatsoever, set it up in 5 minutes. This one in this house will not work. Actually, it was the other one, but long story short, I just moved it over there. Long story short, it's something with my router right now, and I just didn't have the time to go through it, but the Wi-Fi won't pick up, and it just keeps dropping the Wi-Fi signal. I read a couple things online, and it says it could have to do with a lot of different factors, and one of the factors might be you got to set like your router so that it's not IPv6, or there's a whole bunch of different theories out there that people are saying it doesn't work with certain routers. Now, again, a lot of people give this good reviews. I brought it to my wife. Again, we're moving, but it's the second house we have. And long story short, she was able to get this working, or I was able to get it working in her house in 5 minutes. Works flawlessly, never had a problem. It answers all my questions, time perfect, everything. Here, I set it up, and you ask it a question, it just spins and finally says error or something, and it doesn't work. That's why I say this could be the worst. Now, I'm going to keep working on that. I'll let you know if I ever figure it out. I haven't had time yet. But I just want to give everyone a fair shake at this. I mean, it's a great product. I showed you what it does. But for some reason, if you look online, there's a number of people that can't get it to work with certain routers, and I can't put my finger on it, exactly what it is. And, it's one of those things where people are, there's not really an exact answer for it. It's not that often that it happens, but it does happen. So that's the reality of the situation with products like this. So you have to just kind of do your due diligence. $35, pick it up, give it a shot. If it's not working after a couple or 10 days, return it back. I got this at Best Buy, and then they'll take it back, do it within the window period, and you'll be all set. So anyways, thanks for watching. I make videos, again, just like you had mentioned. I make them, on everything from usually Mac related stuff behind me PC stuff, smart clocks, things like that. I do a ton of finance videos, I do travel videos, so a whole bunch of different stuff. If you like that kind of stuff, I mean, obviously I try to do a wide range of stuff. I know a lot of people like very specific things with users, but I basically like to make a lot of different things and try to focus on technology, money, and travel. So I guess those are the three things. Anyways, support my channel. Please click the like button, and if you can support me and subscribe. Until next time, hopefully, maybe a day or two, I'll have another video. Talk to you then. Bye.